What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Now, right here, Fox News. Tyler Robinson has arrived at court day 4 of his hearing Thursday, where the court is expected to hear former roommate, lover Lance Twiggs. So y'all have it right here. As y'all see, it's definitely a sad situation. Definitely a sad situation. I've been trying to, stay on top of this as much as possible. I know I've been not only within this, but a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I want to cover, a lot of things that I want to talk about. But it's always trying to make it a little bit harder for you, boy. I'm not gonna lie. Pause. With a lot of stuff, I'm not even gonna lie. Simple fact, I know a lot of y'all are sharing. I know a lot of y'all been complaining, saying license been taken away. Y'all share it. I trust and believe. I know. Y'all can just tell of just how things were, and then all of a sudden, what about like a few days ago, things just it just went down. It literally just went down from here. And I'm speaking like as far as like getting the algorithm, the views and such. But it's all good. It's definitely good. One thing about it though is that got to continue to keep on getting out the truth, because it definitely is important to do so. You have it right here. Your post, like I told y'all yesterday, says DNA likely matching Tyler Robinson's lover, Lance Twiggs, found on a towel wrapped around a rifle near scene of Charlie Kirk's, the shooting. Now, about that, I did, obviously, examiner that read off, in this hearing that basically more percentage of DNA was belonged to Tyler Robinson, and partially of that DNA found on the towel was obviously his lover, former lover, Lance Twiggs. But we begin more into that today. There's a text message between Tyler Robinson and Lance Twiggs released in court. This is posted by Sarah Fields. Y'all can go check it out. Like I always say, make sure y'all go check her out. Make sure y'all go follow. Jump right into it.
Along.
Okay. And Tyler says, "I'm still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." And then Lance replies, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" And Tyler says, "I am, I'm sorry." Lance says, "I thought they caught the person." And then Tyler says, "No, they grabbed some crazy old dude and interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from the drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering."
We could scroll down to page 3. Continue reading.
Lance says, "Why?" And Tyler says, "Why did I do it?" And Lance says, "Yeah." Tyler says, "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything in the news about them finding it. We'll update you shortly, or sorry, we'll update you by midnight." And then Lance says, "All right, stay safe. How long have you been planning this?"
Scroll down a little bit, please, Kimberly.
Wow.
And Tyler replies, "A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it."
We can scroll.
So, dude, he's literally been playing so much within this. This is definitely it's definitely hard to hear. It's definitely hard to hear, and actually see of the planning of that that took place today.
We can scroll down to page 4 and continue reading about halfway down. I'll stop you about halfway down.
This is while they were spot, but I don't want to chance it while they were parked there. If they had found it, I imagine there would be more commotion. Again, I'm sorry for roping you into all of this. You shouldn't have to worry about this. And Lance replies, "Does anyone else know?" Tyler says, "Not to my knowledge."
Wow. That's the end of that video, but it says it's going to be real effing annoying if I can't get in this thing till like 3, then have to drive back and still going to work. Say you are sure they aren't waiting to see if anyone comes to collect the gun. gotten close enough, they would have jumped me if they were waiting, and they would probably get more concerned with pulling Prince off of it. So, like said, obviously Tyler Robinson had a lot of this, planned out. Like I said, it's definitely a sad situation as, a lot of this unfolds. It says here, this Fox News, Tyler Robinson started, actually a post about Nick Sorter in Fox News. Tyler Robinson started squirming and swinging uncomfortably in his chair when the rifle was discussed and text messages with Lance Twiggs were shown. Robinson's mom was also seen crying in the courtroom while details about Robinson using his grandpa's rifle were presented. It's going to be really, really tough for Robinson to get out of this. I truly believe so as well with all the evidence and the things that, is shown. Definitely a serious situation.
Trace, just more details coming from inside the courtroom from our digital reporter. When they got to the point discussing the rifle that was used, Tyler Robinson was squirming, apparently uncomfortable, swinging in his chair, scratching his nose. He looked uncomfortable with the texts that were being discussed. Also, Erika Kirk was looking down, leaning forward, not looking at the screen showing those texts. Our reporter also said Erika was audibly crying throughout the proceeding today. When they got to the part about Lance when he was asking Tyler about the rifle and for hunting, that very graphic detail about the nature of the gun that Robinson said did well in the killing. That is when Tyler Robinson's mom started crying and wiping her eyes. Charlie Kirk's mother had her hand on Erika's upper.
And I apologize for all the sniffing. I know y'all. I know a lot of people can't stand stuff like that. My allergies. I don't know what it is. Out of nowhere, my allergies start bugging me, so I apologize.
Arm and shoulder, and they were both tearful today. After showing the Discord chat logs, the prosecution also put the note from Tyler Robinson on the screen. That's the handwritten note that's been discussed that Tyler Robinson left for his lover. Our reporter inside of the courtroom says it was a very lengthy, full-page handwritten note, Trace.
Yeah, Matt Fenton, back to you as the news.
Definitely insane. I'm pretty sure we get as well within that note, but just leaving a note, you got the text messages, you got the DNA. I mean, you literally got the print. You have everything presented, and you still yet to have people that are going on about that's not him, that's not the person that did it. You have a lot of Candace Owens out there. Have it right here says Lance Twiggs admits under oath that Charlie Kirk, Tyson Tyler Robinson was engraving bullets not long ago before it, it happened.
You here, remember how I was engraving bullets? Was he engraving bullets before this?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when, but he had said he was planning to go hunting with his family, and he asked me for if we had a Dremel because he said he wanted to engrave messages on bullets. And I just told him where a Dremel was and told him to make sure he doesn't set off a bullet on accident in the house. But I didn't really think about it until then.
How long before September 10th was this that he asked about the Dremel?
I don't remember because he'd been talking about the hunting/camping trip for a couple months. But I don't remember when he was specifically asking to.
So that hunting/camping trip was literally just, obviously was more so in disguise or just, of what happened and where he was.
Engrave the bullets. So
are we talking a year before?
Oh no, not that long. It would have been I'd say at most a month before this was when he was asking.
Okay.
Wow. Me personally, I feel like that's definitely, tough to hear. Prayers go out to, Erika's, family, Charlie and Erika's kids, as well as, friends and, family of Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson's family, prayers go out to them. What's his name? Lance Twiggs and his family, and I say that because obviously me being a child of God, prayers obviously to this whole situation, and the individuals that are in this, and I say that too because it's definitely important, regardless. I know a lot of people have that anger obviously what happened. I am too, especially when it happened, it's definitely a messed up situation. But, I definitely have to mention that and I have to say that. And there's a lot of people that, agree, a lot of people that disagree when, you come to prayer, for individuals and stuff, especially people that have done something. But at the end of the day, and I know it's hard of even saying this, but I do, want and pray, that they get that justice. Charlie Kirk, and his family. From my understanding, Tyler Robinson, obviously hearing from Lance Twiggs of not knowing, obviously what he was doing, him speaking on a camping trip or a hunting trip, and as well as his family not knowing what was, really going on, and him planning this for so long. As y'all heard Lance Twiggs say that he's been planning this. I mean, he's talking about this so-called trip for, 2 months or so. So it's definitely a sad situation. I'm not going to lie. Definitely. Says Tyler Robinson's, lover Lance Twiggs confirms he found a note on Robinson's desk on September 10th admitting he left to go out to do what he did, to Charlie Kirk. So that is right here.
Right. You talked about the note that he left. I want to bring this up, and I should say that these text messages that we've been looking at here are Bates number 54. Okay, the notes have been titled 16.3 with a note, and this is Bates number 58. Do you recognize that on the screen there?
Yeah.
What do you recognize it as?
That was the note under his keyboard that he was referring to in the first text of that chain.
Okay, so where did you find this?
On his desk underneath his computer keyboard.
And I assume you read it.
Yeah.
And then what did you do with it after you read it?
I believe I just put it back down on the desk after I took a picture of it.
Okay. And again, the time you read it was probably around 11 o'clock or so on the 10th.
Yes.
The night of September 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right? And did you ever see that again after you placed it back on his desk?
No, I don't think I did.
And that was a desk in his bedroom?
Yes.
And that's a separate bedroom than your bedroom?
Yeah.
Wow. Important asking them questions, I'll tell you that. Definitely important. Definitely sad. Definitely sad. You have it right here of what the note said. If you are reading this per my text, then I am sorry. I'm so sorry. I left the house this morning on a mission and sat in it in auto text. Says I'm likely dead or facing a lengthy prison sentence. I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I took it. I don't know if I will or have succeeded, but I hope to make it home to you. I wish we could have lived in a world where this did not feel necessary. I wish I could have stayed for you and lived our lives together. Me personally, I feel like that is truly a very sickening message. That is definitely a sickening note, to have, and it's definitely, sad, definitely sad of even having to read that. Like I've said before, in the video that I posted, that I truly believe that Charlie Kirk, I said I know for a fact that he would have been president. I definitely know. I know, and y'all probably don't, y'all probably disagree with me, but me personally, I feel like he's put so much of a positive impact, especially, and I hate to say this, I'm not even meaning that way, but like even after, it's passing, but, and I have to watch what I say on here, y'all. Y'all know that. But he meant so much to so many people, and still, still to this day, his videos and the things that people say about him, he meant a lot to a lot of people. He and I feel like it's just one of those things, when you hear somebody for the first time and you listen to their videos, you get so deep into the rabbit hole, like, oh yeah, I gotta see what's going on. I gotta see what he's talking about in this video and see what he talk. And it's just like that because of how great of a guy Charlie Kirk was. I've never met him. I think the first time I seen Charlie Kirk was a couple years ago. It was a video that he did, and it was I forgot what the video was about. I'm mad at myself now. I forgot what the video was about, but regardless, it caught my attention. It definitely caught my attention because we need definitely more so. And I'm not gonna lie, we need more of that. People that speak highly, people that obviously is putting God first. People that are I absolutely love it. I truly do, and it's definitely sad. And you have this sick individual that truly. I'm telling y'all, like I said, I gotta watch what I say over here. Says in a recording, Tyler Robinson's lover, Lance Twiggs, says Robinson was acting, pretty odd, erratically, after, it happened with Charlie Kirk. Check it out right here.
So he acted erratically. Was he pacing? Was he just sitting down, relaxing?
No, he was walking around a lot.
Right, and that's within the home.
Mm-hmm.
And did he talk about what he had done?
Didn't go into detail. I just asked him in person if what he said was true the night before, and he said it was. He started crying a little bit and said he wishes he hadn't done it. And then kept going around and just doing stuff, I think, to keep himself busy or distracted or something.
Okay. Did he talk about what he was going to do next?
And then eventually said that he would talk to his parents or turn himself over.
Okay. And when you left, was that how you left, understanding that he was going to turn himself in or go to his parents' house?
Yeah, and I didn't really want to be at our apartment while any of that was happening, regardless of what went down.
So
I'm not gonna lie. Him saying, and obviously, I'm reading this right here. Say, I wish he had done it. Should have thought about that before pulling the trigger. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely, I feel like so many people, they'll have that rage and this, that, and the other of, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And then it happens, they always want to. Now is okay. Let's play victim when it's time to go to court, when it's time for sentencing and all of that. And I just find it completely insane. I truly find it completely insane. I've been looking at it and going over, a few cases, and you always want to play. They always want to play that. I want to be the victim. You're not the victim at all. And here's the consequences that he will face. I'm telling y'all. You got it right here. And it just goes to show you, again, of what, I continue to talk about. Like I said, it's definitely sickening and sad that people are going about this the wrong way. Says new video evidence shows Tyler Robinson turning himself into Washington County Sheriff's Office. Robinson is wearing the same shirt from the morning of September 10th when he's, scoped out of the U campus. Another Candace narrative debunked with real evidence, and we were told he would never turn himself in. You have it right here. Check it out.
And Agent Davis, who are we seeing here?
That's Tyler Robinson.
And although we are watching it on video, what is he wearing at this time?
He's working a dark colored baseball cap with has like I believe it's like maybe the Hurley symbol on it. Like a white symbol on front. It's a burgundy short sleeve shirt with no graphics. It's blue jeans and gray and white tennis shoes. I believe they're Converse style tennis shoes.
thank you. Was Mr. Robinson, you stated that he was arrested in the early hours of September 12th, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Did he remain in Washington County Sheriff's Office, or was he taken somewhere else?
No, he was transported from there to the Utah County Jail.
So I have it right here, and it. I'm going to have a lot of people. Obviously, you know, I had people that's in my comments that loves Candace still now, and people saying this and saying that. But me personally, I mean, when you have all the evidence there, when you're having them on camera and you're having things like that, like, why even go that way? You know what I mean? Like, I truly, and like I said, you know, you're gonna have people that agree with me. You're gonna have people that disagree with me. But me personally, I feel like it's definitely wild. You know, it's definitely wild. Says right here, Erika Kirk was heard crying in the courtroom while Charlie Kirk asked the Tyler Robinson lover Lance Twiggs' message was shown to the court. The message I just showed y'all and read off says, "Shame on the evil people who have attacked Erika for absolutely no reason." And I'm not gonna lie, pretty much Candace Owens, and I'm gonna show y'all exactly why as well.
In his chair, scratching his nose, looked uncomfortable with the text messages on the screen. Erika Kirk was looking down, leaning forward, not looking at the screen, showing the text. When they got to the part about Lance asking Tyler in the text, does he need the rifle for hunting, that kind of stuff, that's when Erika audibly began crying. Tyler's mom was also crying at that point, not audibly. She was wiping her eyes. Charlie's mom had her hand on Erika's upper arm, shoulder. They're both tearful. Just getting some of the action inside the courtroom there as all of this unfolds. And you can imagine for Erika Kirk to hear all of this just has to be devastating. Again, because it's.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like us hearing this. Like, just think about that. Like, it's like us hearing this is definitely something that's hard to hear. You know, just actually thinking about it, thinking about how everything unfolded, thinking about the things that Tyler Robinson has planned leading up to what happened, and people posting the videos and like seeing everything that happened. That has to be tough, bro. Like, that truly has to be tough. You know, being that like that's literally a person that you're with 24/7. All like 24/7, talk to 24/7, and somebody is literally planning to do that, and then you're literally going to the courtroom and hearing all the details, this, that, and the other. I'm telling y'all, obviously we, I don't want to put that on nobody. We haven't been in a situation. I pray that nobody has to go through that. I pray that I don't, pray that you don't. Whoever's watching this, but it's definitely a sad situation. It definitely is. His two kids, his wife, his family. Definitely prayers go out to y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. It's definitely sad situation.
Right back in her face again.
That's right. I mean, she's reliving the most traumatic experience that someone could potentially go through, and against the backdrop of people who are attempting to profit off of this situation by spreading lies and outrageous theories. In the aggregate, it doesn't really get much worse than what she's going through.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. My allergies are literally like horrible right now. Truly horrible. And I know y'all hate me right now for it, but I apologize. I truly do. This is what I mean by, when I say that, Erika Kirk has this, this disrespect coming to her, and that you have obviously Candace Owens that is just so evil. The things that she's saying, the things that she's doing. Candace Owens is extremely jealous, from what I've heard, within this 10-second video. Check it out.
Every time she speaks about Charlie, she actually tells you about how great she is, how much he loved her, how he wrote her notes, how he wanted her to take over Turning Point USA. Every time she speaks about.
My thing is, why wouldn't, like, that's her husband. So however she feels or whatever she wants to say that, obviously is really amazing and great about her husband, why be, and obviously we all know the answer to that when it comes down to Candace Owens. But I can't say that I'm surprised about it, because I've heard mixed things. I've done, plenty of videos when it come down to Candace Owens, and, you'll have people that get in the comments and they'll talk to me and they say this and they'll say that. And then you have people go in the comments and they'll be like, oh, well, Candace Owens, she's speaking facts, and I love what she said. And you have people like, hey, well, watch it with Candace Owens. And I always would see that. I would always see that. And I would wonder why. I wonder why they saying that. I truly wonder why. It's a little bit odd things, especially, the things that went on Kamala. I stayed on top of that, what Candace Owens was putting out. And then, got deeper into it and then kept going about it. And then people were saying this and saying that. I know a lot of people were like, oh, yeah, that was true about Kamala. But it was just a lot, and a lot of people would say, just watch yourself. And then now I'm starting to see just how Candace Owens is moving, within this. Truly. You got it right here. Says I would be real embarrassed if I was Candace Owens supporter right now. She is cooked, and so are y'all for following her. And I'm not going to lie, truly is. Says her whole narrative is falling apart, and she's being debunked. You got it right here, though. Says Candace Owens is definitely a liar. Says court evidence debunked Candace Owens' falsehood. Says false that Robinson never changed his clothes. Robinson was never on UVU campus. False. Text messages with Twigs were fake. False. No autopsy report. False. Robinson never confessed. False. No footage of Robinson when he confessed. False. Literally have a list of things that Candace, obviously said that is true at JTC53. And as y'all can see right now, it's nothing on that list because obviously, from what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing from Candace Owens is a bunch of bullshit. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.